Hey everybody, it's Josh Beard on a Budget. Today we're going to start working on the little build for the woman. We're going to take this Savage Axis 6.5 Creedmoor and we're going to dress it up a little bit. We got a couple of little items here for it. We're going to do a new stock, put her some nice little glass on there, nice little scope on it, and bipod, a couple other little odds and ends, see if we can't make her a nice little gift for Christmas here. But let's see what we can get into. Now, first and foremost, anytime you go to work on any kind of a weapon, make sure that it is empty. You do not want to have an accident. Make sure it is empty. As you can see, it is empty. Chamber is empty. There is no magazine in the weapon. All right, we're going to get this stock off of here. Move the camera over here just a little bit. Sorry for the shake. Take us an Allen wrench here and take some of these bolts out of it. Now, if your wife's anything like mine, she's pretty lenient and understanding on some of the mess that I get myself into. Sometimes I like to be the nice guy and get her something nice. You know, she likes to shoot just like any of us, and you know, she's a pretty good shot. So I figure, why not get her something she can really reach out and touch something with, you know. Hopefully never me, you know. I don't try not to get in that much trouble. But there you go. It separates the stock. Go ahead and save on to your bolts. Set your stock off to the side. And the stock we went with on this one, and keep in mind, I am not sponsored by anybody or any of this. I paid for all this with my own money. But I went with a Boyd @1 thumbhole stock. And she is a fan of blue, so we went with the blue color. And they are just laminated wooden stock. They are very well made. I have had them on a couple of other rifles that I've had. And we're going to marry it up to this here and see what she thinks. And you take your block out. That goes in the other stock. You don't need that. This one comes with one already seated. So, get that married on there. Make sure it seats in. You'll notice it's kind of tough sometimes to get in there, but there's a little groove on the bottom of your barrel here that has to meet up with that. Sometimes it's a little finicky to get in there. It doesn't always want to go. It'll just fall into place. Once it gets happy and wants to go where it wants to go, it'll fall right into place. And with the Boyds, you come with this little piece here that I'm gonna throw all around everywhere. And that goes in right here at the front of the magazine catch. Put that in, and you're gonna take the bolt that you took out of the old stock, slide it right down in there. Tighten it down. Give it a pretty good tightness. Now, it ain't got to try to break nothing whenever you're tightening this stuff down, but, you know, a couple of snug-a-duggas will do her. Now, depending on which one you get, I went with the base bottom model. It was around $267, something like that. You'll get a plastic trigger guard. If you go with the more expensive one, of course, you'll get the better trigger guard and all that. I didn't because, you know, I'm a cheapskate. But, I mean, hey, go with what you want to get. They've got any number of options you can choose to get what you want to get. You know, go as elaborate as you want or as budget-friendly as you want. I'm more of a budget-friendly type of person. I spent more on this rifle for her than what I spend on most of my rifles. I'm just, you know, happy wife, happy life. Got to keep mama happy, otherwise she's going to cut you off and not let you spend the money you make. Give that a little snug. Then your next one on the back, where it goes right into that laminated wood, you got kind of a wood screw type of thing here that's going to go in there. Tighten that one down. Now, I will tell you, on these Boyd stocks, that right there is all it takes. And that stock is married to that bolt, or to that barrel, I'm sorry. But you will have to watch. On some of them, you may have to do a little bit of finessing with the magazine well. Because these magazines, sometimes they will not seat perfectly. You'll have to kind of wiggle it around a little bit, make a couple adjustments here and there. You may have to sand down just a little bit because, you know, not everything is always going to be perfectly in line. And, you know, it ain't like you sent them your gun and they masked it exactly off of your gun. But with a little bit of tweaking and prying and messing and all that, you'll get everything where it needs to be and to go how it needs to go. See, it just popped right down in there. Now, this will be just a little bit tight where it's, you know, where it's new. It takes some breaking in, of course. There you go. And it's going to pop in, which I kind of prefer a tighter fit as opposed to a looser fit anyway. But once you get it in there, everything's going to slide smooth. Now, no, this is not going to be a completely 100% finished project. This is just some stuff that I'm going to do to get her started. And then the more she toys around with the gun, the more she's going to realize what she likes, what she don't like, you know, where we go from there. Now, the next thing. I know a lot of the long-range shooters love them. Hey, I'm not a huge fan of bipods. This one is a carbon fiber bipod that I went with on it. I prefer, you know, I'm kind of old school type of person. I prefer to throw it up on some sandbags or something. To me, a lot of times these just add more weight than anything. But we're going to give her some nice things, you know, make her happy. Get her something real pretty that she ain't got no excuse to go out there and shoot when I want to go shoot. She got to go shoot. It's all fair, right? Now, to put that on, you got these little squeeze clamps that's going to go on your front sights. Or I'm sorry, not front sights, front sling mount. I don't know. When I get on these videos, I forget how to talk. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time anyway. And then when I get on here, I'm a little bit bumfuzzled. But you put it on there, let it squeeze clamp, and then just tighten her down. Once you get it good and tight where it needs to be, where it won't have any kind of wiggle to it, give her another little ugga-dugga. And then you got your bipod set up. Guys, it's really that easy to set some of these things up. Now, moving on to the best thing here. Your optic. The one that I ended up going with is a center point. Just you know, nothing super fantastic. You know, you go on up to your 16 power zooms and everything, and you know, you got all your little yardage meter. I can't remember right off. I bought it used, and you know, I'm no expert on long range marksmans or nothing like that. I'm sure the people in the comments know a whole lot more than I do about it, and they'll tell you whether I'm an idiot for putting this on there or not. But hey, you know, I literally bought this optic for $60. You know, I can't, in my opinion, for a decent quality optic for $60, there's no point in complaining about it. You just set that thing on there because you're going to adjust it a little bit once you get the eye relief. You know, once you figure out where your eye relief needs to be and everything, set it up 100% perfect. Right now, we're just setting it up good enough to get her out and get her shooting. Now, I wish I could do some more videos of her, you know, to where I could show you her reaction of getting it and all that, but my wife's probably a lot like all y'all's wives, and she ain't about to get on this thing. She absolutely will not get behind the camera and let me put her face out there or nothing like that. So don't be surprised if you don't ever see a reaction video on it, because she's not that type of person. Not going to happen. And then, of course, we got her the nice, pretty girl sling, you know. She likes it. She wanted it. We bought it. Of course, I didn't tell her what it was going on. She likes the colors. It matches this color. They like to accessorize, so we're going to accessorize with them a little bit here. Put your sling on. And that, guys, that's really all there is to it. I mean, putting a stock on a rifle is basic, straightforward, but you know what? It's probably one of the easiest modifications you can do to a rifle, but it makes the most sense, because if you're not comfortable behind the rifle, you're not going to want to shoot the rifle. That's just all there is to it. That is 100% all there is to it. That is the rifle done and dusted. This one came in with all the accessories. I'm right around $500. Now, yes, I could have probably bought a name brand rifle for that, but once I got the name brand rifle and then got the stock and got everything added on the way I wanted it, of course, it would have been way more than $500. But I'm happy with it. She should be happy with it. Hopefully here soon I'll get some video of her actually using it, shooting it, and all that. Probably not, but there's always hoping. And of course I forgot to show it, but it does have the adjustable cheek rest and shoulder rest on it. If I can get it up with one hand here. Yeah, there we go. God, it's tight when it's new. That's what she said. But anyway, there it is, boys. Get out, get your wife into shooting. You'll be a whole lot happier, because she'll let you buy a lot more things, especially if she's going to think she's going to get her a nice rifle. Thanks for coming out. As always, remember, be kind. Tell somebody you love them. Thanks for coming out.